All right, so this was a subject that seemed to kind of raise a slight little bit of controversy,
Yeah.
even though we didn't see it coming for a mile. Basically, we had this character, Letitia, that she was designed or planned to design to be as a bag lady, a real hardcore hobo, because we had a lot of them. But Jensen had a relationship with her in the sense that she's been around and he's seen her around, and he often, I guess, would get information from her because it was kind of hinted at that, you know, that they had that type of rapport.
But first, if I could jump in and say, Letitia was a character who was added to the game very, very, very late. We were in beta already, and it was, we mentioned earlier about the David Seraph and having to bring him back in. When that call was made for the hostages, we said, the game design team said, or the level design team said, we would love to have a helper character. Can we throw this character in at the last minute? So we had to write this character very, very quickly, and we only had a pool of like 4 actors we could choose from, and it was either she was either going to be a black girl, a white girl, a black guy, or a white guy.
Yeah.
And so when we looked at all the actors available, we didn't actually plan her to be a black female character. It was just which of our actors are available.
It was
and
more out
let's
of
write to
convenience, and we had a good actor pool. Like, we were comfortable with any of them, but it just happened that when booking sessions, sometimes you're going to have lines for 3 hours and you can only book a 4-hour block. So you try and look and see, well, how can we maximize our money and our time, and maybe we can give them another character and help ourselves and not have to book another session. So it kind of fell into that. And for the record, I also want to say that the actress was African American, and it was her idea to play the character that way.
Yes.
In hindsight, where we kind of dropped the ball is that I think what really disturbed people, or what really seemed like a rude awakening, was that she kind of didn't look like a bag lady. And I think, again, you stressing that it happened very late in the game, you know, everybody's kind of running and taking care of their own fires and we're doing our best to kind of keep all the balls in the air at this point, and we know that the clock is winding down, so everybody's really frantic. And then it was just like we saw it in game, and it didn't really faze us, as we were sort of like, well, yeah, she doesn't look as hardcore as we were expecting, but whatever, you know, like at that point we were nearing the finish line and we had much bigger issues to look at. And it was only once the game shipped and we started seeing some of these comments
and
that
realized
that we looked at it with a different filter, saying, okay, we could understand why people sort of were a little put off. And I still think that had she been presented
the proper way.
As
a unique character, as a very homeless
somewhat
woman,
mentally disturbed, homeless woman, bag lady that you might find in the street, it would have worked.
I don't think it would have been perceived the way it was by certain people. And I was glad that not everybody took it that way. But we felt pretty bad when we saw how some of the people were reacting, because that was not our intention at all.